show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. We're a couple hours late today, but I did say that I'd be doing slightly different hours on some days. But here we are. We made it. And of course, Pulsechain is the main discussion. We're going to be talking about Ethereum quite a lot, though, because they're going to be quite entwined in the future. So it's going to be a lot of exciting things to see there. And no more are they entwined future there than LibertySwap gaining recognition on Ethereum and, of course, Pulsechain. But I think LibertySwap's recognition is going to go even further beyond Ethereum because they are doing multi-chains, including SVM chains. So we're going to be excited to talk about that. They've got some huge products very close to dropping soon too, an expansion of their ecosystem. They really are becoming the powerhouse on Pulsechain, of course, supported by many other rising blue chip stars. And of course, we are looking forward to Fast Abdul's Vault 369 coming soon. That's also going to be another great contributor to the multi-chain Pulsechain future. So it's going to be a lot of fun as well. So hope you enjoy that. Now we're going to be covering all that, of course. We're going to be breaking down news from CoinWell today. I'm liking where this is going. You guys heard me yesterday. I talked about a play. I'm really keen on the playbook. I really want to see it play out. And they've made a good announcement today. I'm really excited about that. Just building on some of the ideas that I was talking about yesterday. But this was a nice addition. Very cool. So we're going to talk about that later on. Also, official announcement from Jen, the CEO, which I really love. I love this. I really want there to be a whole segment of Pulsechain that is investable, that is professionally run. I think that's an exciting future. We're always going to have the pump and dumpers and the memes and everything else, but it really will be important for Pulsechain to have, a good number that are offering really good opportunities with high TVL. So I think that's exciting. We're going to be getting into a few other things as well around Richard Hart. We've got a lot of updates from Richard Hart today. He's a bit of a Twitter storm today, so it's kind of cool, or X storm as we should be calling it. We're also going to talk about Justin Waller and, of course, his flashback from the past, a big investor, and we're going to talk about that coming up. We've got the Monster thread, of course, number 37, so a big shout out to MVS Crypto on that. That is coming up. We're very excited about that. And, of course, a few other things to taper on the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Now, if you guys haven't subscribed on the way in, smash the subscribe on YouTube. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels of the Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain X. So smash the subscribe button on there. And also, if you're on X, don't forget to scroll up to the top there and hit the follow button. It's an easy thing to do. And if you're watching the show now on X, don't forget to hit the repost. It only takes a second to do that. And much love there for that. We've got Fast Abdul in the house there. I'm here for the tech. He is indeed, and he's been rolling out one of the top developers now on Pulsechain. So big shout out to Fast Abdul. And of course, he's an influencer in his own right, out and about on a lot of channels. So big shout out there. Frank White in the house as well. Bang Bang Pulse Gang. Of course, Frank White there has got one of our, 2 top maps, maybe the top map for Pulsechain ecosystem. That's pretty exciting, right? So big shout out there to Frank White. Welcome as well. All right, let's get into the show, shall we? I've got someone calling me right now, which is kind of the hilarious part of it. They could have called me before the show started, but they decided to call me when the show started. I don't know what's going on there. All right, let's get into the news and let's kick it off and go for gold. Let's go for gold here. Literally gold. We're going for gold, literally. All right, so let's jump into it. And we got the stock market today, of course. We've got Monday's results for the week. We've got the Monday there, so ticking away there. We've got the S&P Dow Jones down 83 points to 49,359. S&P down 4 points to 6,940, and NASDAQ there down 15 points, 23,500. So not much change there, down slightly. Of course, we've got Trump's tariffs regarding his strategic acquisition of Greenland, which obviously I'm a big supporter of that coming forward for multiple reasons there. And so I think this is going to be pretty good. So look forward to that. What else? We've got the US dollar at the moment, 98.86. So definitely a lot stronger. We were head down at 97, 98, so that's been strengthened in the US dollar. Commodities at the moment, we've got West Texas just below $60, $59.28. That's down 0.25%. Brent oil there is at just below $64, down 1/3%. So oil, of course, benefiting from Trump's policies globally, and that includes the Maduro Venezuela topic as well. Gold right now up 1.7%, $80 to $4,674, so $4,674 for gold. That's amazing. Let's go have a look at the all-time high chart. You can see for gold, and it is just ridiculously sick. Look at that, right to the top there. And of course, we've been talking about this for a long time. So there we go. That is on the rise. Let's have a look at this 1 month chart. There we go. So we're at all-time highs now, guys, for gold, $4,674. Amazing. Remember when it was stuck below like 2,000? It was stuck at like 1,800, 1,700. Remember that? And now it's really bolted now. Silver as well, likewise, has bolted pretty well, up 5%. Also all-time highs, up $4.50 today, $93. A big move there in the old silver as well. So commodities are still continuing to do well. And as you guys know, what's the one that's been left behind? Well, you guys know it's really Ethereum and some of the leading chains. That narrative is still to play out, and we believe that everything is lined up perfectly for 26, 27. So very, very cool there. All right, so that is some of the action there. We're going to jump away from that to the Fed meeting. That's kicking up pretty soon. So let's have a look at what the market thinks about the Fed meeting. That is only 1 week and 1 day and 16 hours to go. So 1 week, 1 day and 16 hours to go. And that's 2 p.m. Eastern on the 28th. We got 3.4% of the market expecting a 25 basis point change. Everybody else, though, expects no change. So that would leave the federal funds rate at 3.75%. Inflation, of course, is around 2.6 to 2.7%. So I think this is way too high, this interest rate. It should be close to 1-to-1. So we're going to see how that plays out. Obviously, March is not much, 90% of the market expecting a change there, and April there is a 31% expecting a change. So just too slow, too late. They were too late to move the interest rates, and then too fast and too high. Now they're too slow to move them down, and we can see that all the way down to April there. Of course, the change in the chair by May, and of course we'll get an announcement about that. It's down to 4 people now. So we went down from 5 down to 4, and so we're going to see that get closer with the announcements. It'll take about 30 days in historic terms to normally get them from a nomination to election. But we may see it do a record speed as in Trump style. We shall see. But we should have a change in the chair from Jerome Powell from May onwards. And that'd be a good thing because been pretty crap at his job. Let's be frank. And he's no doubt partisan with the Democrats. If you go and watch some of his university speeches, very, very left-wing kind of stupid ideology there. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. June at the moment, we've got the majority of the market expecting a rate change there, but just too late, pal, as Trump would say, too late, pal. All right, so that's our economic coverage at the moment. As I say, we've got everything lining up pretty well, apart from a little hiccup there with the interest rates. We've got monetary printing going on, so monetary policy is moving in our favor, whether anyone else likes it or not. We've got bond buying and money printing. We've got M2 supply going up. We've got all the good stuff happening there. We've got obviously stock market looking pretty good. We've got fiscal policy, crypto policy. It's got a bit of a lag here, of course, coming up as well. So we're going to talk about that. So let's line that up and get going here. Let's talk about the crypto market where we are right now. So on CoinGecko, we're at $3.23 trillion, down 2.8% today at the moment. That covers just below 19,000 coins. We've got Bitcoin at the moment at $92,986, so just below 93K, down 2.5% right now. Ethereum is down 3.9% at $3,200. We've got BNB down 2.7% at $924. XRP down 2.8% at $2 exactly. We got Solana at down 5.9%, so big day down there at $134. Like Ethereum, Solana is expected to pick up a lot of the. We got three big crypto themes, right? We got the stable coins, we've got tokenization, and we've got payment rails, right? So Solana with the SVM chain there should pick up a lot of that. Although, of course, they do have some issues around staying up and online. So that's probably the case there. We got Tron right now down 2.8% at 31 cents. Number 8 and number 10, there's Doge, down 5.5%, just below 13 cents right now. So those are the top 10. Best performer at the moment is, I guess, Bitcoin, only down 2.5%. And on the weekly, who's the best performer there? We got Tron up 3.8%. So that's kind of the weekly one there. Top 100 coins. We've got Internet Computer taking number 1 spot now, up 24.6%. Providence Hash there up 23%. Both of those, of course, have been a top 5 performer for some days now. Sky as well, up 17%. Quant up 14%. And number 5 there is a Budget token up 6.1%. So we've got 4 tokens in the top 100 that are over 10% for the week. So if you're in those, you'll be fairly happy. Looking at the top 1,000 gainers, we've got Mine Network, Resolve, and Dusk. Those 3 are in the top 1,000 moving top gainers at the moment. Trending overall, the Sandbox, Ondo, and Tom Lee's favorite, Pudgy Penguins. I don't know. Normally I say it fine. Now I'm having trouble. Pudgy Penguins there as well. So I remember the founders, at least some of the founders of those were on, I think it's Mike Thurston. He's a influencer, body, well, he's not a bodybuilder, but he's a kind of body sculptor guy. He's quite large bodybuilder. And Mike Thurston there was had a Dubai video and had one of the young guys that founded that, which was obviously at the time, I think it got up to, what was it, $4 billion, something crazy, $3.5 billion or something. And they were living the dream in the old Dubai there. How about that? In their 20s, living the dream on crypto billionaire. So there we go. That's where it is right now. Let's have a quick look at Pudgy Penguin since we're talking about it so much. What's the market right now? It is all the way down to $650 million. Oh, poor little Pudgy Penguins. Now, they've been doing announcements and partnerships, right? So it's ticking away bad. Let's have a look at the market cap over time. Didn't quite get the 4 billion, like I said, got to 2.5 billion or 2.6, but that gives you an idea. 2.6 there, and that way down now at 650. So obviously that is something, Pudgy Penguins are pretty popular. We'll keep a lookout for that when we get our altcoin season and watch that rally to a new high is probably what's going to happen there. But 2.5 now, down at a fifth of that now on the old Pudgy Penguins. But they keep building their partnerships and marketing and merch and all the rest of it. All right, so that is where we are with CoinGecko. Let's zoom in on the old Bitcoin. Bitcoin chart here on the monthly. We got the 50 monthly moving average at $65,867, but we're at $92,400. So, we're about $27,000 clear of that moving average. So that's pretty good. Moving to the daily with our death cross. Let's see. We're trying to turn it, right. We have got the 200-day moving average in orange coming down to meet us, but we just need another update. So hopefully we'll keep zigzagging up, and we'll get a nice golden cross, and it's up and away, right? Up and away. A bit like Superman, up and away. All right, so that is Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum on the monthly, and we can see the monthly right now is sitting at, what's it sitting at? Around about, I don't know what's happened to my thing, $2,562. And we're at 3,181. So what's that? About $620 or so above that right now. We obviously, Ethereum has been the one that really hasn't had a chance to truly shine. So I really feel, given all the big bullishness things around the golden age of America, around the 3 big crypto themes of stable coins, which was really going to kick in the second half of the year. Into January when it officially goes through with the Genius Act, but regulations are likely by July, and you'll have applications and things like that going in. Then we've got the tokenization, which is going to be pretty rampant over the next 2 years, and of course we've had the SEC chair, Scott Atkins, I think it was, talk about how fast that's going to be happening based on the conversations he's had with corporates. So it's game on there. We also saw the stock exchange, NASDAQ stock exchange today, announcing that they're going to have a tokenized market for 24/7 trading, just like crypto. So they're bringing stocks into the 21st century there. And of course, crypto led the way, right? So that's playing out as well. It's all happening, guys. It's all happening. This is the moment. This is the moment. People have waited 10 years for the sort of the institutional move. This is it. We're here. We're here and now. 2026, 27. This is the time, guys. This is the time. No fading the mad gains, because otherwise, if you don't get the mad gains, you're going to have to go and work. work. You might find it hard getting a job too, because the robots are going to be coming and taking all the jobs, right? We've got Elon Musk looking at Optimus 3 with 20 out of 27 movements in the hand that's coming out in Optimus 3. Did you know that? So we got 27 different movabilities with our hands. Obviously, that's how dynamic the hand is. And the Optimus 3 is going to have 20 of those. Isn't that crazy? 20 of them. And of course, those are the ones, either Optimus 3 or Optimus 4. We might have an Optimus 4 that may end up being landing on Mars if the timeline for Starship is on time for the beginning of next year when it should land. It's going to be it's going to be mind blowing, guys. It's going to be the Star Trek for real, real, as they say. So that is coming up. And of course, then we've got payment rails, right? So we've seen MasterCard, Visa, PayPal, everyone trying to get into it. We've got centralized exchanges getting into it. We've got banks trying to get into it, payment rails. So those are the mega themes. So pretty cool. So we've had the Genius Act, and then we've got the rise of course, of the Clarity Act, right, which everyone's looking to for market structure around securities and around commodities, right? So it's going to separate that out with the SEC for securities and the CFTC for commodities. So that's kind of the breakdown there. Now that has been stalled in the Senate, and of course Coinbase was criticizing that quite a lot. So that's still expected to go through. Still got a window of opportunity to go through. I think the one of the committees, I think it's the Agriculture Committee, for markup late January. So we'll keep a lookout for that. We obviously don't want that to stall too long because otherwise it could get in trouble further down the line. So that's some of the stuff we got going at the moment, and that's game on, right? We're going to need to get the Clarity Act through too. And that's bullish. And then, of course, on top of that, we're then expecting the White House to talk about some sort of investing with the budget neutral approach to Bitcoin and, of course, the altcoin stockpile. So we've got all that to look forward to, guys. It's going to be so good, so good. We've got Wookie in the house, our community leader. Big shout out. The silver Wookie flying over, says Wookie. Yeah, silver off to the moon there. Off to the moon. What was it, $94 or something? All right, so that is the daily right now. Let's jump over to the our daily here. That was the monthly. Let's go to the daily here. And we can see at the moment we've got the ETH price here just sitting over the 50-day moving average. The 50-day is at $3,165. We've got the 200-day at $3,334. So there's about $160 gap there between the 50 and the 200-day. We're just above the 50-day right now. So it's pretty positive. And we've got a much smaller zone to close there. So looking very positive. Just one more zigzag up to the right, and it's game on over the 200, and that's game on, right? So, and the golden cross as well. So over the 200, golden cross. I mean, guys, it's looking good. We just need a little bit of extra news there, maybe a bit of recovery of that Clarity Act moving forward. But so far, so good. We might have a bit of volatility, though, of course, in the second half of January, given Trump's tariffs on the Europeans. Europeans, of course, full of globalists that are living in La La Land, right? We're going to defend Greenland. We're going to send like 15 troops, but we're going to let a whole Europe get invaded. I don't know. You guys work it out because these guys are insane. But that's kind of where we are right now, $3,184. There we go. All right, so looking forward to some golden crosses with the old Ethereum. Now let's get into some bullish news around Ethereum because really, I think Pulsechain is going to be quite intertwined with Ethereum moving forward. Obviously, we've got the magic carpet ride, ETH money, if you're in that camp. And, of course, the higher the ETH goes, the higher that is. And, of course, just the bigger impact that could potentially have on Pulsechain. We saw Richard in his last video talk about $10,000 ETH. So he already given us a bit of a Blue's Clues about what he thinks is the beginning of a value there. I mean, maybe the beginning potentially of some action into Pulsechain. We'll see. But generally bullish from that, but also bullish just generally. If Ethereum gets wealthier, there's more money to slush around. And, of course, more opportunity for Pulsechain projects like LibertySwap, like Vault 369 and others to make that interconnectedness and get the boom, boom, boom. We got Ethereum is right now. Ethereum is the number one choice on global financial institutions, says Ethereum. Over the last few months, adoption has accelerated. Here are 35 stories of how institutions are building on Ethereum. We're not going to go through all these, but it's a really good post here. Kraken launched X stocks on Ethereum. Ondo Finance launched Ondo Global Market Caps. China AMC launched a selected a USD money market fund. Fidelity introduced FDII a tokenized money market fund. And of course, we talked about, corporations, but actually a lot of the financial products getting tokenized, right? So very, very exciting there. Google announced agent payment protocol. So we talked about one of the three big things there. So we've got tokenization here. We've got payment rails. So we talked all about that. UBS, Post Finance, Signum Official, and Swiss Bank here. Deposit tokens on Ethereum. So, participating. Pretty cool. So we've got lots of different options here. I'll just read out a few of the highlights maybe. We've got American Express here launched Amex Passport, blockchain-based travel stamps minted as NFTs, So they were starting to, just step their tippy toes in, and then it will probably start to run after that. Now, SWIFT, of course, is the interbank system at the moment. It's kind of been here for decades, the old ancient SWIFT. You have to go out and pay like $20 and find the SWIFT account for the banks and send the money, that sort of stuff. So SWIFT and 30 banks are designing a blockchain ledger to support tokenized assets and real-time 24/7 cross-border payments alongside existing financial systems, and starting with the prototype of consensus. So that's a big deal. Obviously, we have XRP, in particular Ripple, that's been doing payment banks, and they've already got a bit of a head start here, but SWIFT here finally moving into the zone, and they better, because otherwise they're going to be disintermediated, right? That means someone else is going to take their business. So SWIFT is on the move. So we've also got Stripe, of course, a modern payment system, also on the move, expanded crypto support into Ethereum. And of course, they'll be doing a lot more around crypto as well with Stripe. So Stripe is used for a lot of commercial sites, websites, and things like that, social sites, influencers. So that's going to be particularly huge. Hundreds of thousands of companies that use Stripe can now accept USDC for subscriptions with automatic renewals. And recently we saw LibertySwap, of course, add USDC as well for privacy. So game on there. So a lot of big players coming in to the markets. We had Google partner with Polymarket. So game on there, obviously around elections and other things. Game on there. JP Morgan migrated tokenized deposit products. So more of this tokenization of financial products coming in. MasterCard with the payment rails again announced that we'll build Ethereum layer 2 on Polygon. We've still got a lot of action here at the moment, and my phone at home just won't stop ringing. I don't know why they could have rang me before the live stream, not during the live stream. I don't know, but that is the place. We've got Coinbase as well. Announced Coinbase tokenization there. We've got Robinhood, of course, one of the 3 big on-ramps from the US, added 500 tokenized assets on Arbitrum. So we've got all that in play. BlackRock, MasterCard, and played their partner with ADI Foundation in the UAE to build a layer 2 chain. We've got lots of things coming, guys. Grayscale, of course, an existing crypto company there, distributed the first ETH staking rewards as well. And Morgan Stanley filed for stake Ether ETFs, so more ETFs, more ways of money coming in to the system from TradeFi. A big deal here. Game on. So really good write-up there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll post a link to that in YouTube there if you guys want to read it in a bit more depth. But pretty bullish things happening in the crypto space. It's just we're about to have an absolute floodgate. It's going to happen real quick. You're going to think, oh man, we've got all this good news. What's not happening? Well, there's a pressure cooker happening in crypto right now. And when it's really just going to start taking off, market makers will just front run that move, and it's game on. So, and that's set up for 26. So we're looking good. We're looking good there. So that's the link there. All right, so that is a pretty cool. Let's jump into the next one here. We've also got tokenization. One of the 3 big things we've been talking about is quietly hitting all-time highs, tokenized stocks, tokenized commodities, tokenized funds, stablecoins, and a game on there. So we've got a little market here. Actually, I'll just get rid of that because it's too small. But stabilized market cap there, 307 billion. Tokenized funds, 114 billion. These will likely just blow up. These numbers are going to probably absolutely explode. Tokenized commodities, 4.3 billion, and tokenized stock market cap, 456 million. Watch out for all these. These are all going to boom. So it's a really game on now. So that is some of the cool stuff there from the crypto markets. And of course, that's all going to have huge impacts for Pulsechain. Of course, the first full system state copy and operating now for almost 1,000 days on the old Pulsechain. So game on there. All right. And we do have, Pulsechain really is the people's chain. It really is the freedom chain, really is a DeFi chain. And we really are some of the bastions out there ruling the roost. It was Richard Hart and the Hexkins, of course, that made Uniswap and MetaMask popular. I mean, it really is crazy the impact that Richard Hart and the DeFi community, Pulsekins, Hexkins have made on the market, and they still continue to do that. And whatever, the prices might be down. We might have had, a lot of sacrifices, sell down, all the rest of it. But actually, and a few issues with some of the contracts on the chain. But apart from that, really is been an incredible chain. And we've had even good actors as well. close down bad things on the chain. So I think we're really getting closer and closer. Maybe we have one more wing at the moment, depending on the chart. The chart has broken the 21-day moving average, so we're going to check out that on Pulse too. And maybe one more down day, and then uptime, as we say. All right, so that's some of the links there. Let's get into Richard Hart, the founder of Pulsechain. And then we're going to get into the markets and all the updates on the news there, particularly around LibertySwap gaining some key recognition. I think is just the start of it all. It's really going to be incredible. Now, if you guys remember, go back to 2021. You remember the beginning of the market there for the bull markets. Just think about how things came out, news items came out and go, oh, that's really interesting for that company. They got that and that. And then by 3-6 months later, boom, the thing's just gone off, right? That's kind of what I ever feel a little bit there for LibertySwap. And of course, a couple other projects on Pulsechain that may be associated or could be carried up too. It's going to be pretty interesting. All right, so let's get into Richard Hart. Richard Hart's got some funny video here. He's got here, I keep trying different things until I find what works. This is 5 hours ago, posting lots of replies, just lost me followers, or at least followers were lost with what appeared to be a casual relationship to me providing free content on this platform. I'd rather save my impact for when it hits harder, says Richard. So it's a pretty big post from him. He's trying to build up his following in a quiet way without, having to do too much streaming. And of course, he's a bit like everybody else on social media, trying to grow their reach. And of course, he has a bigger base to do it from. Do what works is faster. Do the video you have pinned as 2.4 million videos. Do more of that. Yes, that's right. That's some great advice. Then faster do. Crypto Coffee, who's really great at doing this as well. My YouTube subs went negative for the first time, maybe ever there. Now that's funny because I'm just saying that even there is opportunity on YouTube still to grow, but the algorithm, you have to really be able to get that going. It can be challenging on there. But X is the future, I think, of the crypto communities, and TikTok would be a sort of a secondary supplement, but it's a different format, right? There's quick formats. So that is from Richard on that post. So pretty interesting. Keep promoting. Now, we're going to get back to that promotion idea when we get back to the monster thread and something that Somi posted. So we'll get back there in a minute. 10 minutes or so. Richard Hart said people sell courses on how to do what it is that they themselves didn't and aren't doing to get rich. Otherwise, they would create competitors, says Richard. We got here posting about CZ. Let's get into that. So Richard said 3 hours ago, why can't your coin go up? Talking about Asterisk. Maybe for the same reason CZ couldn't make this one going up, buying millions higher and publicly posting about it. And of course, he's got the chart there looking pretty bad on the Aster. And then he's got Richard says, full disclosure here, I just bought some Aster today using my own money on Binance. I'm not a trader, but I buy and hold there. That was at 91 cents. What's it now on the picture? 61 cents. So it's gone down 50% there on that one from Richard. Big shout out to just Mike Memes. He does some good little memes here with the little videos. So yeah, that's some updates from Richard. So yeah, we've had a real X storm from Richard today, which is nice to see. I could post so very many coin charts. You could be a president or CEO, and it turns out green candles are hard work. Here's a popular influencer posted this public buy at 90 cents, and it's now 60 cents. So talking about CZ there. I think we covered that really. And let's keep going up. 2 hours ago, the smart influencers are posting about how a New York Stock Exchange launching their own blockchain is good for everyone else's blockchain, or at least trying. So I'll try and do so better. Every private blockchain has failed to get adoption. So if one ever does get adoption, it just feed more users to the real stuff. Where the real potential is. Well, I make 2 comments about that. First of all, NASDAQ already has all the customers, right? So they already got the customers. And then secondly, New York Stock Exchange already has all the customers. So they've got all the big markets. So they just basically, got to get them swapping over and use that. It's going to be that'd be pretty easy. Secondly is, blockchain will benefit. Traditional blockchain cryptos will benefit anyway. All right, so that's kind of the play there. What else have we got there? 2 hours ago, this seems like a good point and a good post in response to New York Stock Exchange. Of course, we read that one out earlier about all the bullish things happening about crypto markets. So we've got all that happening as well. So yeah, pretty cool. So then we got one more update there from Richard. I'm not going to read that one, but that is some of the updates from him. So really great to see Richard posting a lot at the moment, isn't it? It's great. We got Heart with Dogs in the house there. Yo, what's happening? Pulsechain. Big shout out to Heart with Dog. They got our Pulse of the Fallen season 2 dropping soon, and boy, it's caused quite the wave at the beginning of the year. Heart with Dog. Lots of people commenting about that. So you guys are crushing it over there. So keep up the great work. Looking forward to season 2 for sure. Yeah, Richard here, 2.4 million of video views on this video. Definitely, people like to see Richard on camera, and that is his strongest strength. Yeah, 2.4 million views. He will get reposted like a boss, and that is his, that's his strengths there. All right, so let's jump into the Pulsechain results. We are ticking closer towards 1,000 days. Can you believe it? Seems amazing, doesn't it? It is amazing indeed. So we're on day 984, guys. We're only 16 days away from the big 1,000. We got the price at the moment down. So it was a good thing I covered the price, was it 2 days ago? Because I did say we're at the crossroads in that we might have a 60-40 to the upside. But of course, that depending on where we went with the 21 day. 20 day has been broken. So we're going to talk about that. So here we are at the moment. Pulse at the moment, quadruple 149, down 6.2% at 15% of the mean sacrifice price. It is, as we always say, because we're in a downtrend on the Pulse chain, it is a buyer's market. So it's still a buyer's market no matter what happens if the price is lower. It's always a buyer's market there. Pulsex at the moment is at quadruple 113, down 5.25%. That is the ratio between Pulsex and Pulse is 0.76. So it's pretty standard between that and maybe 0.8 or so. One Pulse at the moment will buy you 1.32 Pulsex at the moment. And that's kind of where we are. We're at the buy and burn for Pulsex is at 8.41%. Seem to be stuck there the last couple of days. I guess we've got pretty low volume, so it's not moving too much there. INC 57 cents, down 4%. Hex at the moment on Pulsechain, just below 2400th of a penny, down 9.4% at the moment. So Hex is a steal right now. EHEX at the moment 0008. I saw that drop below 0008 slightly earlier, but it's trying to hold on to that 0008 at the moment. 1 PHEX to EHEX is a 1-to-3 ratio right now. Insane in the membrane. The combined price of EHEX and PHEX is sitting at just below 3200th of a penny at the moment. What an opportunity for the old Hex there. And many argue, of course, perhaps quite rightly, thinner liquidity and possibly less whale sellability, except for obviously there's some of the sell tranche there. And that Hex could really move pretty violently. We have seen it in the past. So picking up the bottom is a winner's play, and of course a swing trade of the century could be. We'll see. But that's kind of where chart calls at the moment. We're going to check out the Pulsechain chart. Do we have it here? I think we do. Let's see if we can pick it up from here. Actually, they're opening it up in a different screen on Dick Screener. Loading the chart, guys. Loading the chart. Let's go to the weekly. Let's go to the weekly chart. Let's bring it up. So we haven't got any averages on here, but let's pull up the EMA. We're going to have to add it now, though. Usual thing. Add it, and let's do a cut. Well, I normally do turquoise, don't I? You guys know now. Turquoise. Turquoise. We were pretty close anyway. It was pretty close. Inputs, it's 21 days. Let's just move the arrow. Sometimes that can be fun. So we're below, obviously on the weekly, we're below, but it's actually the daily that we're interested here. So obviously pretty brutal downtrend. I think we can all agree. And here we are at 4045. So a buyer's market right near where we are. It's the ultimate buyer's market, all-time lows about. We're pretty close. We're pretty close. So the all-time low is 1298. We're at 1485 with 4 zeros in front. So 4 zeros, 1485. We're above at the moment. Do we have a little? Should we do a little ruler? I don't know. I'm gonna have to get infinite big there. Let's have a look. So we're 11. Let's say 12%. We're 12% above the all-time low. So there we go. Are we witnessing history here? Because there's going to be one day when it's all-time low, surely. So if you're bullish about everything's going, then picking off the all-time low will be something that people talk about in the future, just like they did back with Hex. What was that? The 5th of January, was it 2020? So yeah, let's see. Now here's the sad news. The sad news is that we had the 21 moving average there and we broke below it. So boo, boo, boo. And I was talking about it here. Remember that? We were just above it. And I think we were around about here, and it broke down, unfortunately, guys. So there we go. And so that means that we have more probable event of going down than up. And we had the 1262 down there. So we'll just have to see where it lies. We were hoping that it would defend the 21, but it didn't. So now we do have that. Unfortunately, that's more likely than not there. So once we broke the 21-day move there. So that's the bearish scenario there. We'll see where the market goes. We got any more big, large weekends wanting to dump all their hex or something, and like we did the last week. We shall see. But that's kind of where we're at right now. So buyer's market for the old Pulsechain there. All right. Now there are wild cards out there. ProveX launching, Richard Hart doing some game plan there. That's all there. Maybe he waits till February. I don't know. That's still up there. Day 1,000 is 16 days away. Maybe that's another catalyst. We get to 1,000. Maybe it's a big Godmo candle off the bottom. So there's lots of potentiality events that lift the chain, and you just got to be there at the right time. So that's kind of the play on that. Let's go to the gas prices. We've got 288,000 beats, a little bit cheaper than normal. 0.2 of a penny for a Pulsechain right now. Validators, we've got 52,387 validators. We're going to talk about that coming up with CoinMafia, of course. Let's go to the bridges here. 77.6 million, so we're down about 2 million, aren't we? I think compared to yesterday. Obviously, EHEX going down drags us down a lot. Yeah, I think we're down like 600K there or something on the old EHEX. ETH looks pretty similar. DAI and USDC there. I'm going to take a snapshot of this, guys, so we can use it as a reference. We like to do this every so often. So let's do that and see where we head from here. So we'll check on this in like a week or two, maybe in 16 days when we get to day 1,000. Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened there. All right. So that is the play. Let's jump over to the markets and see how that's overall. We've got 6.4 million in volume, so ironically enough, a good volume, but typically on a down day. And of course, we're coming off Monday, right? So it's Tuesday here in New Zealand. We've got some new tokens. I'm not going to talk about this Pulse Sailor one. We get a lot of honey pots at the top, so I'm not going to be talking too much about that. We've got Gotti though. Gotti up 17%. That is the comeback kid, isn't it, from CoinMafia, and I think was one of the coins that was listed officially by the team, if I remember rightly. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat there, but that's up 17% after being sold off yesterday. Is down 30% in the last 6 hours though. Let's have a quick look at the old Gotti there. Right, so good name, and we've got the ape again. It's a down chart, but let's have a look at the 4-hourly chart and see how that looks. So there we go. We've got the first day. First opening period there. Let's go to the hourly actually, because we haven't got that much time stuff. So we're right at the bottom of the range right now, sitting at 4 zeros, 3,100. The market cap's pretty small, 31,000, $5,900 liquidity. Small little replay there, but from CoinMafia, right? Not from Pump Tires, not from another third-party launching site, but that's kind of where we are. Sava there, the Content Reward token, been around for 7 months, up 14.4%. We've got, let's have a quick look at that actually, see where that's going. And we'll check that on the daily. Don't really talk about this too much, but yeah, it's been pumped recently, hasn't it? We talked about that when it got pumped. So still going. Let's go to the weekly chart. There's the weekly right now. So looking fantastic on the weekly chart. 965K market cap, 78K liquidity, and it's on the Sava app. I don't think we've looked at this actually. Let's have a look. Maybe we did at the beginning when it launched. It's too long ago now. Sava.app. Now, I'm not endorsing any of this, right? I haven't checked any of this, so we're just having a quick look. Just having a quick nosy. You have to do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. Okay, so it's got lots of things on here. All right, we'll do a bit more on that before we come back to that. Don't like to stay too long if I haven't really looked at it much. The ultimate platform for decentralized content distribution. Okay, seems fairly so-so, but of course, we've got to be careful out there. Let me know in the chat there if you're involved with that at all. Give us any feedback. Top Hat right now from Crypto Coffee up 3.2%. So that's been down, hasn't been rotated out of Peacock, right? But it's a little bit better today. It's at 11/100th of a penny. But how's the Peacock ratio? That's what we want to look at. Peacock ratio making a little bounce, guys, on the weekly. So that's cool. On the daily, the last couple of days it's managed to bounce, sitting Top Hat to Peacock, 1/20th basically. And now it's moved up to 0.06. I'm not sure what it's easy when you got 5%, you can go 120, but when you got 6%, it's probably slightly different, right? 118, I don't know, 119. That is the place on top at there. All right, so we got Source on Mini Mill, the giant that is leaving, unfortunately. The money that could have been the floodgates from Europe, that is up at 30% at the moment at 5.7 cents. And I do need to get another update on that, where that is all at, because it's still here. They're still here. We got Ink Dollar from Fast Abdul, so Fast Abdul can be proud. $1.03. It's stable coins with $1.03. PDI to $1.03. PDI to $1.03. We got that is at the moment. So Ink Dollar there doing pretty well. And that takes an ink. That was a master move. So Fast Abdul been doing some master moves on the old Pulsechain, helping the chain along. Look at that. It's pretty good. It's supposed to be $1. It's supposed to be $1, guys. But it's doing well. It's doing well. If it's more than $1, it's good. If it's less than $1, not so good, I guess. Depends on which side you're on, I guess. Yeah, there's it. Let's put the dollar line in there because we can. Let's put the dollar there, about there. That's about right. Just scraping it up here. All right, so that's about $1. That's about $1 there. $1 amongst friends. So it's generally been slightly below, right? Slightly below here, but recently it's got above here quite aggressively. Now, some people were talking about it. Was it the oracles or something? Now, Fetch Oracle is the only oracle out there, so presumably these guys are just pulling some sort of internal oracle or something. I don't know if Fast Abdul's still there, but you can comment on why this is so above. Now, also liquidity pools, but liquidity pool looks kind of fine. So I don't think this is a V3 pool, V2. So yeah, interesting. I haven't seen many people write up about this, if at all. So let us know in the chat there. Maybe Faster, if you're still watching, let us know. But also affected the other stable coins, the other ones as well. So, all right. I don't know if they're still up, though. Don't know if they're still up. They got up to like $1.10 or something crazy. So we only got 6 coins, guys, in the top 100 that are trending, that are green, that are green. Everything else is out of the money. We've got Zero Trust at the moment, down 0.5%. Zendog, these are all part of the Peacock trifecta, I think, down 1.5%. Ink Token there was making a bit of a run earlier before, but now down 3.6%. Let's see what else there. Pulsex all the way down here. Peacock at the moment holding up at 1.8 cents. So that was down for about 2.2. And it's just slowly sliding down there at down 5%. But Pulsechain is down, right? So Pulsechain is down. Let's have a look at where Peacock is sitting in terms of the price. So we'll get rid of the overlay there. And let's have a look at the pulse ratio. So at the moment, 1.8 cents. Excuse me. But the ratio there looking very strong. Look at that. Just getting ready for another move, is it? I think it might be. Looking pretty good because we know that they're getting very close to their launches. So exciting times there for the Peacock. So let's go and have a look at where they're at right now. So LibertySwap. I just realized I got rid of one of the things I was going to do. But LibertySwap here, we're going to scroll all the way down. And we're going to come to all the latest news here for LibertySwap because they really are making an impact in more ways than one. So we're going to scroll all the way down. I posted that out yesterday. We're going to quickly read through that. So we're going back 20 hours here. So we're going to go back a bit further than we normally do. But we've got this launch here. So let's go scroll back here a bit further because I want to get there. So this is the one that got everyone going, right? 20x. So this is 20 hours ago. LibertyX is loading 90%. Now, we weren't expecting this potentially to Q2 this year. Now, we know, I think the wallet's expected now Q2. Yeah, they got a normal hybrid privacy wallet coming. It's going to be a big deal. But LibertyX is loading, so 90% through there. So that was a real surprise. We know that they had already progressed a lot of their roadmap quite a lot, and they were hiring a couple more devs and all the rest of it. But that is pretty exciting. 90%. We're going to get it early, guys. That's what it's saying. Very, very cool. Now, what does that mean? So I did a little write up here 19 hours ago. LibertyX is in development and is expected to launch soon. We know they've got like 4 or 5 main things in their roadmap at the moment on the LibertySwap roadmap. With this recent teaser indicating it's 90% loaded, the positions it as part of LibertySwap's broader ecosystem, which already offers gasless fixed fee bridging to Pulsechain and Railgun. You got to remember, a lot of people on other chains will really like this technology, right? So this is really not only is it great for Pulsechain, but the attraction to other players in the crypto market, and it's EVM chain and SVM chain, so it's very exciting. We're really tapping into Ethereum, Solana, etc. LibertyX is an upcoming intent-based decentralized exchange and volume aggregator developed by LibertySwap, specifically tailored for the Pulsechain blockchain. You guys have heard me many times say that we've got Pulsex and we've got 9mm. They're both great. 9mm, of course, doing a lot of extra stuff, and they keep delivering. But I've kept on saying we need some big dexes, and it looks like LibertySwap with LibertyX is coming into play. It functions as an aggregator of aggregators, sourcing liquidity from third-party fillers or resolvers without holding user funds itself. Key features include MEV protection and anti-sandwich attacks designed to eliminate maximal extractable value, MEV exploits, of course, preventing also front running. I mean, if you haven't been in crypto for, you would have experienced that at some stage, and minimize slippage even for large orders by using off-chain order books and routing. Off-chain order books routing, so very important there. Fixed rate execution trades are negotiated off-chain at fixed rates and finalized on-chain, ensuring no price impact or surprise for key peers. It's going to be really attractive to a lot of players. Cross-chain swaps allow seamless swapping of Pulsechain assets with those from other blockchains, including native BTC and XMR, with no limits and competitive market rates. If a better price is available elsewhere, solvers can route through it. Privacy integration, of course, another mega theme here, and of course being priced well by the market we've seen recently. Builds on Railgun for zero knowledge privacy, enabling private transactions across chains. Gasless support aims for gasless private transactions, also a very attractive thing for people. And of course, using fees. Buyback mechanism includes buybacks with Peacock, of course. That's the store of value, the official store of value. And of course, powered by LibertySwap X and LibertySwap to support token value. So a huge addition and expansion of the LibertySwap X system is coming. And this is now becoming, there are definitely other, top protocols on Pulsechain, but this is definitely becoming the Kraken, the heavyweight player in the old Pulsechain at the moment. So very, very cool, and not slowing down from the looks of it. So some good stuff happening there. We've obviously got all the USDC and all the chains here with this animation. Pretty cool. And we're going to keep scrolling up here as well. Now, another part of the roadmap, of course, is the privacy wallet and the ZKX token coming up. If you're holding Peacock, you're going to benefit from the airdrop. It's going to be pretty interesting. Now, there's another question about the value play between the store value of LibertySwap and ZKX token. It's going to be interesting. One side of the ZKX holders govern the native Pulsechain Railgun instance, and of course that's still to drop right on the Pulsechain. They can decide protocol fees and which assets are supported in return for a share of protocol transaction fees that can scale into the millions. So you can see the attraction here, guys. This is next level stuff. It really is cool. On the other side, ZKX functions as an incubator and launchpad token. It enables communities to pool capital and fund new ideas without needing to form legal entities, which is especially useful for short duration or fast moving initiatives. For ZKX wallet coming up, Q2, guys, Q2. ZKX holders also help curate and maintain trusted resources. This includes lists of privacy respecting and safe DApps known as scam warnings, canonical interfaces, verified token contract addresses, and other critical infrastructure that improves user safety and trust. The majority of the ZKX supply will be distributed via an airdrop, guys. Woohoo! And good old Peacock there getting the love. So another value play as well. Now, we will see the protocols. This is probably Q2. I'm expecting all this at the moment, but these guys are moving fast. So even though it's Q2, if they are able to deliver earlier, this team will deliver earlier. We've seen that. So take note of that. That's a bit of a careful out there. With these guys keep delivering there. Look left just confirms what I said. What comes first, ZKX wallet or token? Products always come first. And we've seen that in the charts, right? We've seen that in the charts of Peacock. They will drop the upgrades, the extensions, the products, and then we might see a week or so later the charts start to pump to the next level. And of course, the big idea here is that they're targeting top 50 on CoinMarketCap, which is a $1.45 billion market cap at the moment, and we're sitting around 20, maybe 15 to 20 at the moment, probably 15 at the moment. All right, so kind of cool. Products first, tokens later. So that is coming up there. So game on there. More implied value for potentially significantly, with millions of dollars of potential earnings coming there as well. Now, something they've teased out a little bit before and that is marketing and promotion. So I have a little idea these guys are up to something in that space as well. So we're going to keep a lookout for that information also. So just keep in mind these expansions of the upgrades that are coming. Really a big deal there. Oh, I've gone too far now. So let's just backtrack there. So we've got LibertyX is 90% loaded, guys, coming very soon. A big deal. That is coming. Aggregators, a big deal. Privacy as well. And then we've got the wallet coming up, ZKX token airdrop, and of course the Peacock there. Probably going to get the benefit of that. So kind of exciting. Very cool there. So we're going to scroll back up here a little bit too. They got a comment here. Polymarket has seen strong trading volume. However, the betting market lacks privacy, and which creates real risk for participants. Now, I want you to keep an idea on here is that because they did the V2 upgrade for LibertySwap, they now can hook in things into LibertySwap, right? So they can just keep hooking in top DeFi protocols and ideas into this platform. So, you know, that anytime they're talking about something like Polymarket, you just have an idea these guys have probably got that on the roadmap too. Who knows? But we know we've got Aave Fork lending's coming. It's going to be privacy lending. That's going to be massive, guys. It's going to be crazy, guys. Polymarket there has seen strong trading recently. However, the betting market still lacks privacy, which creates real risk for participants. Winners can end up exposed or even doxed by people on the other side of their trades. LibertySwap should also extend privacy routes to Polygon to meet its growing demand and protect users in the market there. Earning fees and strengthening the Peacock has always been our goal. So keep a lookout, guys. Keep a lookout, guys. This, the bigger the brand name they get over on, aggregating, swapping, and everything else they're doing, the bigger it is. Now, this is the main story. Now we got up to it. This is from Ethereum Daily, and of course, thinking about all those product expansions that they're doing coming up. Now where they starting to get noticed, they're starting to get. They're really big on getting listed on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko now. And of course, now they're trying to get all those things on CoinGecko ticked off so that they can suddenly get re-rated from volume to market cap. Game on, right? Because that will jump them from about 4,500, 4,300 and jump them all the way to like 800 or something. And of course, once they do that, the market will get excited. They'll buy it up and push it up more. And they're targeting top 50, right? So really, this could be the powerhouse, the juggernaut. Outside of anything Richard Hart's doing directly, this could be absolutely huge, right? So absolutely massive there. The only one condition to anything I'm saying is that they just have to keep on the same road path and delivering, and of course Peacock remains the store of value there. So those are the main. Made that condition there. So far, they have been outstanding on that front. So that is the only proviso there. All right, so that's the update. So we've got Ethereum Daily here. It is got 102,000 followers, so pretty significant news flow there from Ethereum Daily. As in 2026, Ethereum's reclaiming its cyberpunk roots by making privacy a core foundation through a ton of exciting advancements. Now, we often talk about the big three: stable coins, tokenization, and payment rails. But in DeFi, right? In DeFi, the number one is probably going to be privacy, right? That is part of the whole DeFi space. Decentralized finance is being away from the centralized, the control, the regulators, and having some sense of privacy at least. You can still comply with the regulations, but you got the privacy, which really annoys those powers to be, right? They like to see everything and know everything and control everything, right? So privacy is a big theme for the old DeFi. Now, if you're an Ethereum believer, I suggest you don't miss jumping on this trend. Here's a quick roundup of standout privacy projects on Ethereum put together to save you time. Isn't that awesome? So we've got all these lists here, but look, we've got Railgun in there, many famous names, of course. And then so that's under infrastructure, but then we've got DeFi apps, and look who's in there, guys. LibertySwap is in there. Isn't that awesome? So LibertySwap is there, guys, and it's actually a bit of free advertising because it's got instantly bridged to Pulsechain and Railgun, secure and gasless in there as well. They might have to even update their little description there, but exciting times. So that's a real big boost there. And if you look at the image, you can see under DeFi apps, LibertySwap sitting right there. Very, very cool. So we've even got ZKP2P in there as well under the DeFi apps. So very cool. And we've got Panther there as well. So exciting stuff, guys. We've got Kotti there as well. Guys, remember a good old KuCoin exchange with the old Gotti launch. Good times. Man, I've been around crypto a long time. That's crazy to remember things like that. But anyway, that is in the play. So, and of course, Vitalik Bullrun on the 19th there, of course, has said that they've gone down the wrong path and they're going to come back to the path that Richard Hart was talking about for years. Isn't the irony? So Richard Hart well ahead of his time. And of course, once again, it ends up right. So Vitalik Bullrun says Ethereum has sacrificed way too many core values like decentralization, privacy, and financial self-sovereignty, all the things Richard's been harping on about for ages, and just to chase mass adoption, he stresses that it has to end now. So there we go. So that is he's after boosting privacy rails, run nodes, etc., truly decentralized apps, all the things that LibertySwap's doing, guys. So have your mind blown. It's a big deal. These guys are onto it, right? So these are onto it. So every time you see LibertySwap post out some article about something at the frontier of things, you know that they're working on it. They're working on it. They're working on how can we leverage that? So I think that's pretty cool. All right, so that's some good stuff from there. So that was the big article today, and I thought it was pretty exciting. So that's kind of the title of the video on that as well. Oh, how far down did I go? I think I lost where I was at. I lost. All right, so let's scroll back up here. And let's move forward. Let's move forward here as we're covering LibertySwap. LibertySwap replied to them, so replied to ETH Daily, saying, "Thank you so much for the shout out. We would like to briefly share what we are working to solve on the Ethereum privacy DeFi landscape." So very specific to Ethereum. So keeping the audience engaged and leveraging this very nicely. One of the hardest problems on-chain privacy is that balances from different privacy protocols and different chains cannot be exchanged with each other without weakening anonymity. Today, shielded balances are fragmented. For example, Railgun shielded ERC20 tokens on Ethereum are completely isolated from Railgun balances on BNB chain, Polygon, or Arbitrum. The same issue exists across privacy systems such as Tornado Cash. This fragmentation causes uneven anonymity sets. Chains with higher use accumulate stronger anonymity, while lower activity chains become progressively weaker. Over time, the weak get weaker and the strong get stronger, which is fundamentally unhealthy for privacy. With LibertySwap, we abstract away the chain boundary. Shielded Railgun ERC20 balances are treated as a unified liquidity domain regardless of the originating blockchain. This allows privacy assets to be exchanged across chains without breaking anonymity while strengthening the global anonymity set instead of fragmenting it as well. Now, we also know that LibertySwap's had a couple of flux capacitor moments, and one of those has been unified liquidity. They have discovered, let's say, invented approach to unified liquidity pools across chain, which are going to leverage. And also the other one we heard the other day was a decentralized algorithmic stablecoin as well, which is the holy grail of crypto in some ways. And of course, we've been excited about PUSD Algo coming up. But hey, we're going to have another player in that field. Bring it on there. So yeah, LibertySwap becoming quite the juggernaut, one of these giant ones at the right time in the market and launching at rapid pace. Concept, design, build, and go live. It is pretty exciting. So some good stuff there from the team. Ethereum Daily says interesting tech. So they got a nice reply there as well. So that gains attention, right? That gains attention, and now they're on the watch list even more so. So very exciting stuff happening there. Frodo says here, LibertySwap Finance have a presence on the ETH privacy list. It's pretty awesome to see Pulsechain native protocols starting to have a presence beyond our little island, he says. But how long will the little island be? Will it be suddenly have more volcanoes coming up through the ocean? big landmass. So kind of cool. So we've got a lot of good stuff happening there. Now we're going to scroll through a bit for we don't want to get too down, but if you want to check out the rest of the articles, we've got Crypto Coffee covering it as well. It's a big deal. What else there? 8 hours ago, Peacock is well up on the market. So we've got that in the play. So Peacock performing pretty well. Looking good there. Let's scroll back up the top here. So that is all the latest news from LibertySwap there. Pretty cool. Keep an eye on there, guys, because they're dropping little teasers all over the place. It is huge. Like I just mentioned a couple of them. This could be quite the juggernaut that we've been after, the Kraken of Pulsechain. How about that? And to infinity and beyond, as they say. So kind of cool stuff happening there, and the chart there holding up pretty well. While Pulsechain's down, the ratio sitting pretty solid there at 1,200, down from 1,300. So it's holding pretty well. Now, what else has got going down here? We've got a few others. We've got Pete Tiger down here, down 6% right now. Vouch, the big Validator, down 7.5%. What else have we got going? The Unity down 8% here right now. Halgo at number 94 down 15%. So obviously Hex derivative there. Sparta down 15% as well. So let's have a quick look at Sparta. This is from Wendy's for Tenders, of course. And that chart is down on US dollars there, just below 1 cent now, 9/10 of a penny. Let's have a look at the Hex ratio. And we can see that's also down. So let's go to the weekly on that, Sparta. So down at the bottom range right now. So Sparta there not having a great time right now, but maybe we'll get a big buyback. We'll see. And then we've got Liberty down here, 23% as well. Liberty was up yesterday, I think, if I remember rightly, on top of leaderboard, but not today. Not today. So that's the weekly chart. That is almost down to the bottom. Yeah, and sold down there. It was not too bad yesterday. Down today at 63 of a penny. All right, so those are the markets there right now. Let's get into some of the rest of the news. We're going to get into CoinMafia. So obviously we've been covering that. Before we do though, we've got Brennan and House, our TA guru from the Discord. Howdy, Superman and family. Patience is a virtue. Pulsechain will fly. It will indeed. Brennan will indeed. Welcome to the chat. All right, so we're 1 hour on the live stream. We're getting up to some pretty big news. So Jen De Beers, Rochelle. Now they've gone up for holiday for 2 days, so I hope they enjoy that. As CEO, I'm issuing one clear statement so there's no more noise or confusion. As you guys know, we're not really a drama channel. We avoid drama, but this was actually addressing a launch issue that happened. We briefly commented on it yesterday, and I gave a reference to a live stream that Joshua had covered, Joshua Word covered, along with Ben and others, Giga and others, which had some pretty good commentary in there. On launch day, CoinMafia X experienced internal sabotage that impacted our ability to fully launch as intended. Since that moment, our priority has been simple: stabilize the platform, secure our systems, and protect the integrity of the business and the community. Because of that, certain timelines and logistics have required adjustment. That includes items tied to the contest. There was a bit of issue about someone not being paid for the contest that Joshua Wu won. The winner was selected by Joshua Wu, who publicly announced his departure from CoinMafia. It will be handled appropriately and privately once the platform is fully stabilized and our processes are locked in place there. What we will not do is allow speculation, pressure campaigns, or half-truth narratives to dictate, I should say, how we operate, especially while we're actively fixing what occurred and scaling the business responsibly. This is a statement, not a debate. Comments are off. Further updates come through on official channels when it's responsible to share them. So, hats off to Jen. Great leadership there. That's what you want from a CEO. Like I say, I'm really interested in the playbook here, and I thought that was a really cool addressment there. So nice one, Jen. All right, let's jump into Rack and Michelle. Rack and Michelle here talked about something really big, and I've got on the title of the video, CoinMafia Validators, master move here. Now, yesterday I kind of alluded to the idea of Coinwell being the big flagship, the big DeFi ecosystem where capital can easily flow into, particularly from the US, potentially from Saudi and other avenues, depending on the extent of the network that Rackham taps into. But this is a big deal. This is just within Pulsechain itself. He says, I think CoinMafia having its own Pulsechain validators would be amazing. Now, we've already talked about some of the top validating projects on Pulsechain, like Validator X from PlusX, and also Vouch as well. So obviously number 1, number 2 validators by my count, something like maybe 16% or so of validators. A pretty big deal there. Now, of course, CoinMafia looking like it's going to enter that as well. So what's the upside? Well, the upside would just be like, connecting some of the top premium tokens that launch on CoinMafia into the DeFi ecosystem of Coinwell when that launches in the future. And of course, Triple Dad is involved with that. And of course, we've seen him launch Magic Upride products very, very smoothly. So we're looking forward to that. These were different, by the way. So we had slightly differences there with who was operating CoinMafia as well. But looks like they're tidying everything up there. Rack and Michelle says Validator earnings is a burning mafia. So a big pumpamental there coming up for the old Validator earnings. So we're going to keep a lookout for that. So I thought that was pretty good news. So we had good leadership there from Jen with the CEO comment there about some outstanding issues that were in the community. And they look like they're going to be addressed. And secondly, the CoinMafia there being stabilized. And of course, now got some pumpamentals coming down the line. This one here, Validators, and then of course burning Mafia token, as well as in the future probably expecting a number of things happening around the wider ecosystem with the launch of Coinwell, their flagship DeFi project. So going to be exciting. And then of course there's Koinaki too. Now my understanding, Koinaki was going to battle the memes, and I'm excited about that because it's fun to cover as bad the means, especially if one of them, has every week or whatever the frequency is, that one wins by the community, because that get community engagement up. And then, of course, being able to, if you had a bit of capital to burn the winning token, I think that's a pretty popular kind of idea. We'll see what happens in that space, question mark there. All right, so that is kind of cool there from Rackham, and apparently they're on holiday for the next 2 days. So we'll keep a lookout for that. So there we go. They're also going to be ramping up their chains to 375. I think base chain's next. They're also going to be adding tax or reflection tokens to the side as well. So like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You might have little sprints in the between on that marathon, but you get my point. It's going to be ebbs and flows as they build out the platform. And then, of course, marketing promotions, the next thing we're looking out for. And, of course, the other thing apart from that is tying into the wide ecosystem with CoinWell. So we've got a lot to look forward to with the playbook being played out. And I'm really excited to see that play out. All right, so that is from Rackham Rochelle. Now, we also had some other things happening around the big social influence here. I think it was Justin Waller, 500,000 plus followers, so another heavyweight titan there. So a big shout out to Xavier. He's got 500,000. He must be pretty much around that right now. Big shout out to him. And of course, he recently came in. He really started the big wave for this cycle was Xavier. So big shout out to him out there. We've got Justin Waller, CEO and founder of one of the world's leading steel construction companies there as well. Not only social media there, but a big construction company. Just questioned whether Hex is still a thing, he says, adding he dropped $100,000 a few years back. Hasn't even bothered to look from the sounds of it until 4 years later. We got a picture there. He's got the Tate brothers and others in here. He's got such a wide variety of guys in here. Waller, I think, is this guy on the right, the second to the right there, isn't it? Is the Waller guy. Got the boots. Got the boots with the Hex on there. This Hex Angelo there. I like these boots. And then Jay Waller says this is still a thing. Dropped 100,000 a few years back and haven't much sense, I guess, or haven't checked or something like that. That was on the 17th of January. So there we go. We got once Pulsechain starts to pop a little bit, or maybe someone comes in and thinks, man, it's such a buyer's market now, I'm going to pick up a big bag. You could easily see guys like this just flowing back in, right? Like I said to you, back when Hex pumped in 21, we had like 13 parabolic cycles for that run, and peaked out, I think it was October. And we had, I think some people did chain analysis on the Ethereum whales, and something like a third of the whales, I think, had participated in the old Hex run up there. So there's lots of excitement. All things can turn around in a glimpse of an eye, especially if we start getting Ethereum breaking 5K onto 10K, onto 60K, onto 250K. If Tom Lee is right about Bitcoin hitting 1 million and Ethereum being 25%, that would get us up to 250K Ethereum in time over maybe the next 10 years, perhaps. But some of that could be captured very early on. 10 to 20, 30K could happen in a much shorter time frame over the next 2 years. So it could be pretty exciting. What's 10x amongst friends when we've got all the ETH disappearing on exchanges? We've got all the ETH flooding into staking right now. No one wanted to leave staking. We've got all this demand coming in ETFs and other institutions, all these big crypto themes, the golden age of America, everything just lined up. 10x is probably nothing. So we're looking forward to that coming up. All right, so that's kind of the play there at the moment on that one. So it was kind of a cool little story. Now that gets us up to the monster thread, guys. So we're up to an hour and 8 minutes. The monster thread number 37. So big shout out to Envious Crypto. He's the editor-in-chief of the Pulsechain Weekly Monster Thread. It's got all the hottest weekly news from Pulsechain. And of course, he's also the promotional lead for the Crypto Night Show. So big shout out to Envious. He's always working hard to get things done. So pretty cool. Title of the thread for week number 37 is Richard's Mighty Pulsechain, Builders in Paradise, Pulse Asian TV, and much more. So that's the teaser there. We've got a big cool thing here from Emmett Farm. Join Emmett Farm today for EDI returns on single-side staking and popular farm options. Really, Emmett Farm, a leading farm on Pulsechain. EDI rewards from single-side staking is a genius move there. And of course, you can earn Emmett in the popular farm. So big shout out to Kairos and the Emmett Farm there. Richard's Mighty Pulsechain. Richard Hart posts Pulsechain is awesome. Other stuff, not so much. After recent operational issues reported on Su Network, where we know many other chains have had a lot of issues, but Pulsechain keeps powering forward. So kind of cool. LibertySwap USDC flows. LibertySwap, of course, is upgrading cross-chain USDC handling across chains. Now we've seen obviously that released, and we see that LibertySwap is ramping out just huge modules. I don't call them modules because they're massive little ecosystems on top of each other, expanding the whole revenue business there. and now getting notoriety there from Ethereum and news channels is pretty awesome. Teasing Solana, Mega ETH, and gasless support for privacy chains. So pretty awesome stuff there. Fresh Farms and Pulse. Looks like we've covered True 2X, fairly regularly over the last month or so, and we've got Neil for T-shares here. Not for T-shares, Neil for crypto is announced True Farms are launching this week. So I've got another farm. Now we've normally got about 6 or 7 farms, right? But this is very, very exciting. So we've got a new farm called True Farms coming, launching this week, a brand new high-yield service for Pulsechain community to increase strategic reserve engines. So True 2X, which is launched where you do miners, you get 2X in your Pulse is the aim. They've now expanded into launching a farm, and I believe this is in connection with or in collaboration with Kairos from Emmett Farms. So perfect idea there. So that's coming out this week. High yield service for Pulsechain community to increase strategic engines reserves. And of course, that's going to bring a whole ton of new revenue in for the True 2X. So we're looking out for that. We got a couple of comments in from Wookie as well. Brendan says there's no baddies to post. My house is safe. They're all in Minnesota. Pedo to $1. Yeah. These guys having a little chat in there. All right. So that's pretty funny, guys. All right. So let me get rid of that comment because it's all over the screen. All right, so we got Pulsechain TV. So Pulsechain community in Asia. We've got MB Crypto here. It goes live with Asian on Pulse and Pulsechain on Pulsechain TV with a complete tour of the Pulsechain ecosystem for the Asian community, including Vouch and Plus X apps. So pretty cool. The 2 big validators. We've got a great picture of the guys there. So big shout out to Mick B Crypto on the left and Asian on Pulse on the right. And of course, they do a great job there. Expanding the Pulsechain presence in the Asian community. So big shout out to them. We got Coast backs a winner. We got Vibra Lindsay there gave a shout out to Coast team. Now Coast is our fiat on ramp to Pulsechain. They use Old Glory Bank. Now Old Glory Bank is going public via the SPAC deal that they've done. So this is really, really cool. And no doubt Coast may end up benefiting from that and therefore Pulsechain too. So keep a lookout for that. That's really, really neat. Old Glory Bank being one of the few crypto banks. They actually supported crypto, particularly when the Democrats were attacking our main crypto banks, remember in New York and stuff, harassing them for no reason because they were against crypto. So that's really, really cool. Let's have a quick look at that post there from the Old Glory Bank there. Nice. There's one of the offices there. Downtown Houston, I'm kidding. It's probably some small town, but there it is. Kind of cool. Very cool there. Validator dashboard released. Bretep, the Pulsechain dev. So Richard's Pulsechain dev. Bretep here. She has a recent thread from Gamma showcasing tools for validators, and that's really cool. So if you've got a validator, you definitely want to get a hold of Gamma's validator there. Version 0.06 released, giving you lots of cool stuff there. Load balancers, supports up to 10,000 validators. So, well, the only one with that many almost is Vouch, right? So they've probably got just over half, or just under half, just over half of that amount. We got Paul Atkins, of course, Crypto Coffee. She has a post on Crypto Rover about SEC chairs saying that all US markets will be on chain in 2 years, whether they're private blockchains or public ones. Pulsechain Times, Susie Q, Susie Q, big shout out to her. She's been doing an amazing job. She has a post from Pulsechain Times hosted by Triple Dad, who's going to be doing Coinaki with Rag Michelle, and Fast Abdul, who's obviously doing about 369 at his latest project, which is going to be multi-chain, multi-collateral liquidity fork. So big shout out to that. And they also had Randy Lasky, of course, one of the largest influencers in the space with the old note token. And so big shout out to Randy. Looks like it was quite the alpha session there. All right, so that was pretty cool. I just realized I lost my spot. So let's keep going. Tom Lee and Mr. Beast, I covered that on my own show. Was it yesterday? I think it was. We also had Fundstrat there, highlights Ethereum's potential as the future finance, predicting ETH will surpass its prior BTC ratio peak in 2026 to accelerate adoption. Bitmine is investing $200 million in Mr. Beast Industries and the world top content creator. Now, we know that Fundstrat is going to be coming out with an app, and no doubt that's going to be looking to get mass adoption between Ethereum and crypto markets. And of course, Mr. Beast has got something like one third of all people on the internet watch his stuff. So pretty crazy stuff. Quarter of a billion people on every video, 2 videos a week. So 500 million a month. So pretty crazy numbers. Builders in Paradise, Crypto Paradise, one of the top influencers on Pulsechain, held the Builders in Paradise episode 2, featuring several chain builders and projects. They even have, I think they had, True DeFi on there too. So there was a lot of groups in there. Go check that out. Time Locking Tiger. Now this surprised me. Crypto Tiger Rod, another rising influencer on X, locked nearly 1% of the entire internet money time supply apparently in P Tiger buy and burn. So that's pretty crazy. But that's pretty bullish too. Lol, Daddy, brother KG, feeling the Tiger heat. Yeah, definitely deserve to do well for what you have created. 1% of your entire supply is locked in the P Tiger buy and burn. Got a few surprises for my P Tiger holders there. So yeah, I got a big bump in the old token there from that. So kind of cool. So yeah, that is pretty neat. So got a lot of cool stuff happening here. Pulsechain Racing Tigers, so Brazilji, one of the OGs of OGs. In fact, he was at the first meetup ever, wasn't he? The first Hex meetup, I think it was, ever in California. I think a Wild SJ was there too, wasn't she? Brazilji shares a picture of his Pulsechain 369 car with his racing peers. Look at that. So pretty cool. Pretty badass. That's awesome. We got the Community of Legends. Your friend Somi, also another big influencer like Crypto Coffee, points out Pulsechain community is still here with over 170 content creators and 70 streamers. So that was pretty cool from Somi, and a good video there. So big shout out to him. And he's got his little Pulsechain Hex medallion there. Hex store, right? I think it says a Hex store. Yeah, you get all those. Yeah, pretty cool. Developers keep innovating. RH Max, another big influencer in the Pulsechain space, went live with Cryptographics, another big influencer and developer, of course, along with Ether Charles to talk about Unity Taurus and their collaborative staking, which I had an interview with Cryptographics as well. So that was really cool to see that. So big shout out to Cryptographics there on that one. So you can see a bit of action there between the guys. So that's really cool. So nice stuff happening, guys. Collaborative staking, definitely a big theme, I think, going to be coming up in the future. And it looks like Cryptographics could be the market maker for that concept, really pushing DeFi, which is DeFi needs a good kick in the butt sometimes. And I think that's one of them, right? The collaborative staking really is a frontier of DeFi. Money printer back on track. Corey Gary dropped a stream talking about Pulsechain, Ethereum, and broader markets. So a big shout out to Corey Gary, another influencer out there on the Pulsechain there. All backs up a lot of stuff that Somi was saying about all the influencers out there. So kind of cool. So big shout out to him. Hellfire, the movie. Now this is next level. You know, we've got so much variety on Pulsechain. We've got community members, DeFi Nation. Of course, they're great on Telegram, one of our more active players in the space on making things happen is DeFi Nation. So big shout out to Ben Taylor and the crew. And Fat Sammy, also another the leader of the leader of the Council of Pulse Bitcoin, and also really another key player on Telegram that gets a lot of things done with other teams. So if you may or may not know, but these guys are often behind the scenes on Telegram making things happen with a lot of stuff. So big shout out to them. Yeah, really cool. Helped to fund a new action film called Hellfire, starring Stephen Lang, Harvey Keitel, and Dolphin Lundgren, coming out next month. So you got a picture there of the guys. So some of the OG 1980s stars coming out in fire there. So Hellfire. So that would be pretty cool. So yeah, it's pretty huge, really, if you think about it. It's like pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, posters out and coming out next month. So kind of cool. We got Fat Sammy too. It's got a little post. Great to see used to partly fund this movie. So Pulse Bitcoin there, nice. So cool little thing there. Pulsechain Explorer. We got a new Pulsechain map from that. Now obviously we have the awesome map from Frank White, but we've also got this coming out now. Poseidon there, building out a lot of cool stuff. Look at that, it's pretty cool. You can even search it as well. So that is getting expanded and stuff. So Pulsechain map, they've got two good ones at least on Pulsechain. FlexNext from Dipcatcher. You know, I'm a big fan of Dipcatcher and Gold Key. They did a lot for Pulsechain. Definitely did a lot for Hex during the bear market. They were pretty much two of the biggest dominating devs for about 2 years, along with Alex McFurter. So yeah, these guys have really contributed a lot. They're now trying to contribute to eHex, of course, with FlexDex. FlexDex just passed its first order, already deployed on testnet. Front end is about to be published, hinting at a launch in the near future. So excited about this. So a big shout out to Dipcatcher there, of course, the creators of Maximus, Hex derivatives. And of course, very cool. Remember, Maximus is going to be one of the two big whales, or krakens, we might say, out past 2030. So it's going to be the Hex Gold Whale and the Maximus crew out there. They're going to be having the bulk of the Hex. So we're looking forward to the FlexDex there to add more value to eHex. And of course, it's going to be I guess a second layer, isn't it? A second layer there for the EHEX. So you never know. EHEX is such a steal right now. 0008. Where's it going to go, guys? Where's it going to go? Could be cool. Certainly, they're going to give their contribution to it as they already have. Amazing job there. Honorable mentions, we've got Ben Sierra with Hex staking tips, number 1. So check that out. Let's have a quick look from him. So there we go. We've got the Hex calc there. You guys remember I used to cover that all the time, the Hex calc. We got the, was it Martian Dev here? Drops a new front end for Ophir crypto. So we'll have a quick look at that. I haven't really talked about Ophir for a while, have I? So that is Ophir there, new front end. This is not my project or my protocol. I simply made a functional front end for Ophir protocol. We've got Crypto Sparbook, of course, who is part of the LibertySwap team, apparently. So that gives us an idea of the LibertySwap team being in Europe. And, of course, in Europe, that's where Richard was. So there's 1 + 1 + 1 = 3. What was 1 × 1 × 1 = 1? I don't know. You guys decide. We got Crypto Sparbook there, English channel. And, of course, he's out there, out and about. So pretty cool. So not bad stuff happening there, Richard. He's always entertaining there as the old Crypto Sparbook. They did the Hex tours in Europe and America, along with Abit Hex, for those that are familiar. Now he's explaining what time lock does for P compound. So that was pretty cool. And there's a whole article there about time lock. And of course, this is one of the 2, I would say, latest theories about PDI to $1. And that is in progress from 99 Capital, kind of leading the whole, or 1 or 2 people leading the whole dialogue there on that. So there we go. That is kind of cool. It's got all the breakdown there. Isn't that nice on them? So very cool. All right, so we'll keep a lookout for that. We've got CC Crypto as well. Plinko is live, so we've got a developer making games. As you guys know, we're a big fan of games. We want games that are going to be good. So we've got Pulsechain Plinko is live, and you can apparently go and bet on that now, guys. So you can actually bet on it, and he's been testing that out for the playing Plinko. Now that is out, so go check that out. That's the old Plinko there. So congratulations to him. All right, so those are all the honorable mentions. We obviously got some of the top teams in Pulsechain profiled in the Monster thread. We've got Heartwood Dog, True DeFi. We've got Vets. We've got Emmett Farm. So let's check out some of those. We've got Pulse of the Fallen Season 2. So Pulse of the Fallen Season 2 there. Amazing artwork. Look at this thing. Candle Energy, red versus green, Season 2 coming soon. And we actually have the founder in the chat here at the moment. So that's great. Yo, what's happening on Pulsechain? Well, you are happening on Pulsechain. And so yeah, Pulse of Fallen 2 is coming, guys. You can like and repost for green, comment soy for Team Red. There we go. So somebody would like that one. But look at the artwork, guys. Look at the artwork. This is Joshua's Woo's character. Man, what a cool character he's got there. And green there. So very cool. The Woogie gang. So Woogie or Woogie? Woogie gang, I'm going to say. We'll love that. So very cool. The hog price is mooning, guys. Look, this is the ratio to Pulse. Look at that thing go. And it should be going up to the right, guys. These guys are amazing. And, Pulse of the Fallen now is anime series is really synonymous with the old Pulsechain. You got the old Season 1 down here. So if you want to watch that, you can watch it on the website, heartwooddog.com. And I've also got the link to the Chronicles of Hog, Somni, and Andrew Tate, which just finished at the end of last year. Remember, at least the beginning of this year. And we've got episode 1 to 7 there. So check that out. And the Hog token there as well. So I would highly suggest get into the Telegram, get involved. If you love anime and stuff, look at this stuff, guys. Absolutely awesome. It really is cool. In fact, have I got the audio on? I don't know. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I got the audio on, but that is pretty cool. So big shout out to Hog. We've got True DeFi in house. So we talked about that earlier with the announcement of the True Farm coming up. This seems to be a bigger expose of that. So big shout out. That's going to be very exciting. It's been a little while since we've had a big new farm. So this should be really exciting. And those that are doing 22x miners as well. So they've had 261 billion plus pulse from all sources go in so far into True 2x. And now they've got this farm coming out with high yield opportunities. And that will be another revenue stream. Remember, they're already number 1 in the Emmett Farm single-side staking and the EDI. And so they got this business launching now as well. So True 2x. So True DeFi is the kind of the umbrella brand. And now they've got True 2x and now True Farm. So they're really building out the ecosystem. So exciting stuff there coming from the team at True DeFi. And of course, the whole goal there for their first product was to double your Pulse. So that's all being helped along with the farm as well. So a big shout out to the team there. Pretty easy. Deposit polls, deploy miner, accrue dividends, and exit at 2x. It's pretty easy to follow. And we've got this cool little video here. So kind of cool. Then we've got vets, of course, helping out with veterans in the United States. So hats off. Obviously, we always appreciate their service. It is unbelievable. Heroes for the world. We've got honoring heroes and rewarding supporters. So we've got vets and crypto in the house as well. This is a non-profit, and they've got 2 tokens, Hero and Vets token. So you can check those out as well. They've got support in the Emmet farm. So you can, if you buy Vets or Hero, you can pair it up with Emmet and Pulse. And they've got pretty attractive APRs in there as well. Also get into the socials there to find out all the activities that they've got going on at the moment. There's some of the farms at the moment in Emmet. So you basically put LP into the on PulseX, and then you can come in and put your LP tokens you get from doing that into the farms and earn even more revenue. That's kind of the idea. Very attractive yields right now. Those are the contracts for Vets and Hero. And of course, the socials there. I highly suggest getting into Telegram from all these groups because they're all great groups. So definitely get on there. Some cool videos as well. Then we get to Emmet Farm, of course, which has been causing quite the stir, really making a big impact on Pulsechain. Emmet Farm, the DeFi powerhouse on Pulsechain, absolutely. And of course, they've been offering solid TVL returns with high APRs for a long time. So that's a good design farm, a good leader that can get collabs and everything else with pretty much a lot of the top teams on Pulsechain. So just keeps crushing it as the old Emmet Farm. We've got about half a dozen or so, and Emmet has been really, I guess, generally leading the pack with innovations and collabs. We've still got quite a few other good farms out there doing innovation like Nexian and others, but really, really good. The price of Emmet is strong, so the price is looking very good there on the charts there, $1.86 last time they posted that. And the APRs just keep crushing it. They have a 5% tax, 4% goes to the single-side staking EDI rewards. So you can go do that and just buy Emmet and sit in the single-side staking and EDI all day long. But they've got lots of farms, and some of the new ones, they've got Grays. The Grays now have got a new pair there with UFO, with Emmet for pretty awesome APRs as well, all over 100%, sometimes up to 200%. Rhino Farm, which we've talked about a lot. Rhino's just such a great community as well. And they've got their recharge treasury. They've got high one. They've got Vouts, the number 1 validator in there, earning nice yields as well. And of course, Vets, we just talked about that. They're also in the farm. So look at those, some really top tier teams in there. So you can take your tokens and earn some high Emmet yields there. Lots of other popular farms in there as well, including the Rich Heart Cause, Peacock, Fast Abdul's ink printer, and also the Pulse store as well, which gives away a lot of t-shirts and Pulse Bitcoin in as well from Fat Sammy. So not a lot of cool stuff happening there. Fly with Emmet Farm, as they say, to high APRs. Pretty cool. That is pretty awesome stuff there. Obviously, we've got the Kryptonite Show and all the other farms in there. Go check that out. And this is the latest one. This is actually brand new. So from MBS, Pulsechain Meme Vibes Alerts. We've got Barna there as well. So big shout out to the Barna community. We've got Wick from Mr. Green Wick. Now, if you've seen on Dick's screen, you see little eyes sort of move on the old Mr. Wick's kind of cool. I like seeing those on the profiles. We've got Pulse Guy, of course, tied in a bit there, I think, with Gerardo, is it? And Peacock, so doing some good stuff. And another one there, Zen, of course, Zen Dog's also tied into Peacock there, also getting some love there as well. So we got some pretty cool meme stuff there. That's pretty much the end of it. So big shout out to MVS Crypto. Pretty thorough thread there. 37 weeks, guys. Come on. 37 weeks. Let's give that a clap. That's pretty amazing. And a big shout out. Big shout out indeed. We got Wookie says, baby. Come on, man. Yeah. Baby. But never put baby in the corner, Brennan. Never put baby in the corner. Super is great with words. I appreciate that, Brennan. Thanks so much. Do you understand deflection? Are you talking to Brennan? What else we got going on there? Lots of fun. You guys are having lots of fun in the chat there. This is what my mods do, man. That's what all they do is have fun in the chat. They never actually moderate anybody, but they have a good time in the chat. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I've enjoyed bringing it to, and you just never know. Maybe we're only 16 days away from 1,000 days, guys, and you just never know what might happen, right? You never know.
You know, you could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
All right, so that's a great way to finish the show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A big shout out to LibertySwap, a big shout out to CoinMafia, a big shout out to everybody in the Monster thread, and of course MVS Crypto. doing an incredible job there. If you're a team out there and you want to get into the monster thread, either hit myself up or hit up MVS Crypto. Hit MVS Crypto, and you can get yourself on there as well. It has been a lot of fun. 37 weeks, guys. 52 weeks is a year, so it's what's it, 2/3 of the way through, something like that. Yeah, and the cool thing is you can go back every single week and see all the action that have week after week. Isn't that cool? It's great for onboarding, so share it around to new people. We want to onboard a lot of people to Pulsechain. And of course, if you are busy during the week, it's perfect for you to catch up. And of course, if you are even in Pulsechain all the time, it's great to see a lot of cool things. So a big shout. There's a lot happening across everything. So it's a lot of fun. All right, take care, everybody. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Bye for now. Take care. Bye.